Just Another Job, Part 8, On the Beaten Path. Of course, Rem could also listen to his floating librarian and take him on the job. The Lich truly was not as powerful as he was before he had his entire body, yet still his magics were polished. The Holy Undead was also a skilled alchemist, and after recovering the property of his current employer, he could try and determine what it was she was trying to hide so hard. That, and he was able to detect magic auras, traps, and such, which Rem himself couldn't. In this case, having his floating lich skull of a friend in tow was by far the better choice, and he walked back to his mansion's library. Felkmar opened its doors with its magic kinesis, anticipating that Rem was coming for him. The librarian wore his sturdy, made-for-dark iron helmet. It was intimidating, to say the least, and Felk, being, as a part of his unlife, a corpseless floating skull, needed every advantage he could get his, quote, hands on. I thought you'd come back looking for me. That legendary curiosity of yours will be the death of you, the Lich chuckled. There'll be two of us, one perhaps less bony than the other, looking for reasons why Can brought us back. Though in your case, it'll be anything but a mystery. You know that he sometimes raises bums like you just to have fun, right? Indeed, your boniness. I'm sure that he pulled you back just to look for your body. Not that I'm complaining, though. Got me a buddy. That god of mine. Now, if you're done murmuring and complaining, let us boldly go where no floating skull has ever floated. Rem and Felkmar left the mansion, and a couple of minutes later found a carriage waiting for them, parked conveniently close, yet not in full view of the country road. That nifty transport was courtesy of the Hoods, and both entered it happily, that it was spare them some time. Their outlaw allies would at least give them a ride to the fishing village. That, and Rem preserved some of his stamina. Otherwise, he'd be running from his mansion to the forest outskirts about now, had he not made that deal and paid them. Rem found his contact, brought him, waiting him inside, sporting a most somber face and eating a piece of fish jerky. Good. You'll be here, and I see dressed to kill, Mermy boy. The stocky dwarf pulled his magical map and mumbled its activation words before greeting Rem's companion. Hey, you Blinky, what's a floatin'? You call me Blinky one more time, and I'll blink you so hard you'll have mana burns all over your bum, you inept fishmonger, you. Felk hissed at the dwarf, while his bluish mana burned brighter for a second, forming a halo above his helmeted head. Broadham gave him one of his grins, and then tapped his foot to give the driver the go. The carriage shook slightly, and Rem felt that they were moving fast, drifting on the turns as they took them, and with top speed even. The solver of problems looked at Broadham and waited for his contact to drop the info his scouts had gathered. The dwarf tapped with his meaty fingers and pointed a well-hidden clearing not that deep into the forest, 2 days' travel on foot away from his fishing village. Rem could even see dots all moving about and marked on the map, which the dwarf then gave description of each and every one. Seemed run-of-the-mill useless. Fighters, 5 of them. They're rogues, 2 archers, and 1 wizard. They were moving about aimlessly, as if they were waiting for something or someone. So here's this, boyo. Them scouts found some special forest fishes for you. You can see 'em on this map, but there be another group looking for 'em, Remy. Problem is, my girls say they smell bad juju there. Not that them useless Fs were ever bad at being whiffed. These others be looking for them too, looking around the forest as if waiting for something, and these girls say they be wrapped in magic. At least 6 of them are skulking, searching for your lost forest fishes, Rem. Some top-grade invisibility magic it is. Not the usual kind. If you get what you're looking for, then get out quickly. All I say is be careful, my friend. You pay good coin, and now you owe us a favor. It'd be real bad if you hug these mushrooms, or kick the bucket, before we can capitalize on our investment, so to speak.
Indeed, you show great concern for your investment, dear Broadham. There's no need to be afraid unless the warband you sent to keep my behind safe won't cut it, if we did battle with those lurkers. Is that what you think?
No, of course not, Remy. My boys are real accurate. They can aim at a shitfly's wings and hit it from 100 paces. Oh, we be here.
The dwarf kicked the door open and leapt out, then invited Rem and Felt to do the same.
Time for you to start running.
Broadham, once being paid just as any other hood, totally committed to the job. If he said something, he meant it, and Rem knew full well that his sharpshooters were accurate. This job, however, no longer looked like it was just any other job, but a high-stakes nobles, or worse yet, a magician's game. Leaving Broadham, his carriage, and the sleepy village behind, Rem ran inside the forest, while Felk floated behind him. Whispering inside his mind, the Lich asked him a question. Do you want my advice? Yes, of course you do, otherwise you wouldn't have taken me on this job. Anyways, what I think is, we should find and take care of those mysterious lurkers first. That, or at least find out who or what they are, and why they're trailing those useless idiots. What Broadham described was advanced invisibility, the same that your cloak is capable of, and trust me, I know my magic gear. What other stuff they may be packing under their cloaks? Well, it's better to tackle them first than get pancaked between a bunch of useless and some unknown group of invisible, probably well-armed individuals with indiscernible goals. That was a sound plan. Even if those lurkers were competition, or sent by one of Rem's enemies to take him out, he could at least retreat if they proved too tough. If you've enjoyed this telling, then please consider subscribing to this channel, liking the video, and sharing, as that would help this channel grow exponentially. Also, give a little support to the writer and author of this tale, Eric Marr, also known as the Black Knight, listed down below. He can be found on minds.com and is selling books. Star Shatter, a sci-fi novel, found on Amazon, also linked below. With that, I want to thank you for visiting. Have a wonderful night. God bless, and farewell.